You know, I never thought a busted Mustang would change my whole life, but that's just how things go. When you least expect, I-tone minute you're elbow deep in an old transmission. Next minute, your reputation's on the line and half the town's whispering behind your back. Crazy, right? Guess that's the price you pay for being stubborn as hell and maybe a little too proud for your own good. But honestly, I wouldn't do it any differently. See, my name's Jessica Taylor. I run Taylor's Automotive out here just beyond Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And for the last 15 years, this garage has been my whole world. I started with nothing but a couple of wrenches and a stubborn streak I learned in the Army motor pool, built this place one oil-stained overall at a time. Folks come to me because they know I'll do the job, right? Veterans get their discount. Nobody gets cheated, and my crew, Marcus, Ethan, Danny, well, we're more family than co-workers. So when Colonel Richard Brooks showed up one October morning, strutting out of that new Mustang GT like he owned the sky, I could already smell trouble. You ever meet someone and just know they're going to be a problem? Yeah, that was Brooks. Tall, sharp haircut, looked around the garage like he was slumming it. He went straight for authority, wanted the owner, couldn't wrap his head around a woman in charge, much less with grease under her nails. He told me the Mustang was making noise, steering weird, and that it absolutely had to be fixed by the next day. I told him, sir, 2 to 3 days is standard. Parts don't just materialize, not for a job done right. He wasn't having it. Pulled rank, name-dropped the base, dropped hints about contracts real subtle like a sledgehammer. Now, I've seen my share of officers. The good ones don't act like that. The ones who do, you give them an inch, they take the garage. I did the diagnostic while Brooks loomed and sighed, acting like his time was worth more than mine. Turns out, power steering pump was going bad, suspension on the edge. Wouldn't rush it. Told him so. He got real cold, real quick, started laying it on thick about opportunities for my shop if I just helped him out. I said, now do things by the book for everyone. He leaves, tossing some shade at Marcus, telling him I'm missing my shot. Marcus, man, he's a good guy, family man, nervous after Brooks storms off. Couldn't we have made it work, he asks. I just tell him, we don't cut corners, not now, not ever. Felt good, standing my ground, until the real trouble started. Finished the Mustang 2 days later, $1,850 for parts and labor, nothing crazy, all fair market. Brooks storms in, makes a scene, claims I'm gouging him, loud enough that the customers are all pretending not to listen. I break down the bill, show him our margin's actually low compared to most. He wants to pay $1,200, threatens me with losing base contracts, hints at calling me in for price gouging. I swallow my pride, give a 10% discount just to get him out of my face. He storms out, promising it's not over. And it wasn't. Next thing I know, the base disqualifies my bid for maintenance work. Someone's told them I'm shady. Guess who? And then the rumors Mike Daniels, a surgeon from the base, comes by and says, Jess, folks are saying you rip off soldiers. Brooks is telling people to steer clear. Next week, I lose 5 clients. Negative reviews show up online, all sounding suspiciously alike, talking about dangerous work and overcharging. Then Laura Miller, wife of a soldier overseas, brings her van in a new transmission, expensive job. I help her out with a discount and a payment plan. Couple days after, she's on the phone in tears. Her husband's commander found out and accused her of putting her family at risk by using my shop. Now, I'm sitting at my desk at midnight, looking at bills, staff hours cut, wondering if I'll have to close up. And for what? For doing things right? That's when I decide, enough's enough. I start pulling records, comb through every invoice, dig up security footage of Brooks's Mustang when it rolled in. I compare our prices to every shop in the county, document every little thing. Then I call up my old CO from the Army, Linda Roberts, see if she has a contact at the Inspector General's office. Turns out, Brooks didn't leave his last post on good terms, and Linda's furious for me. Jess, this isn't just wrong, it's illegal. So, here's my move. I post our pricing policy right on the shop wall. Full transparency. Parts cost, markup, dealer comparison. I ask a few regulars, including military families, to leave honest reviews if they feel comfortable. Tell folks the truth. Positive reviews start rolling in, including one from Laura's husband himself, all the way from deployment. No one tells my wife where she can get her car fixed, he writes. That one felt good. And then, plot twist, Sergeant Daniels drops off maintenance records from the base. Last contractor? Precision Auto Care. Guess who owns it? Brooks's brother. Their prices? Almost double mine. Now it's clear Brooks isn't just out to get me. He's been steering contracts and money to his own family, all while trying to sink my business. So I put together everything: documentation, emails, witness statements, even the security footage of Brooks threatening me and file an official complaint for procurement fraud and abuse of power. A couple weeks later, Captain Teresa Washington from the IG's office calls. You're not the first to raise questions about Brooks. Can you come to the base? Next day, I'm in a conference room with the IG team. They've already talked to the families, read the reviews, seen the paperwork. They take it seriously. The day after, Brooks storms into my shop, yelling, "You think you can do this to me?" Marcus, cool as a cucumber, hits the security camera button. I tell Brooks, I filed the truth. If the Army investigates, that's their business. He leans over, tries to intimidate me. Your shop won't last a month. I ask, is that a threat, Colonel? He backs off, mutters something about predictions, and storms out. You ever feel adrenaline and satisfaction at the same time? That was me. That evening, Captain Washington emails me Brooks's brother's company is suspended from all Army contracts, pending investigation. 3 weeks later, I'm called to a meeting at the base headquarters. General Hayes, the IG team, auditors, civilians, and Brooks with his lawyer. Hayes lays it all out. Brooks' rigged contracts cost the Army $145,000 in extra charges and retaliated against me when I wouldn't play along. His lawyer tries to interrupt, but Hayes cuts him off. You're done, Colonel. Then, in the most unexpected twist, Hayes hands me a folder: new maintenance contract up for fair bidding, Army oversight guaranteed. You deserve a shot, he says. Brooks is stripped of his duties, faces discipline, and soon after, forced retirement. The contract gets split so small shops like mine can compete. I get a piece, enough to bring on new hires, including Laura's husband James when he returns. Suddenly, Taylor's Automotive is not just surviving, it's thriving. 6 months on, Robert Brooks walks in, apologizes for the mess, admits he let his brother run the show, and promises to pay back the base. Wild, right? A year after that, I'm asked to speak at a small business seminar at the base about ethics and contracting. General Hayes stands up at the end and says, Miss Taylor's courage changed our system. The new maintenance facility is called Integrity Center for a reason. He gives me a nod, one vet to another. As for Colonel Brooks, word is he's hustling real estate down in Florida, but nobody's buying. Guess old habits die hard. Sometimes late at night, I wonder if I should have just made it easy, let him cut the line. But then, what would I have left? This business, this team, this community worth more than any shortcut. So here's my question to you: ever face down someone with more power, knowing it could cost you everything to do the right thing? Ever have your own integrity tested in ways you didn't expect? Let's talk about it. Drop your stories below. Tell me where you stand. Hit subscribe if you want more real stories of grit and quiet strength. And remember, it's not the loudest voice in the room that matters, but the one that refuses to back down, even when no one else is looking.